Let's now dimension our bottom view here, and let's retrieve another dimension from here. So right click and retrieve dimensions, and we're going to select our diameter. So we now orientate this, reposition it, and now we have our retrieve diameter dimension. If you were to edit this dimension by right-clicking and edit model dimension, you will physically be editing the diameter of that part. Okay, so you can retrieve dimensions, which also makes it easier if you're going to change the actual model. You can change it from your 2D drawing file. Now let's add another general dimension to this view. So select dimension, and we're going to dimension our hole pattern center and place it right here. Let's now add an angle dimension for the angle of our hole pattern. So with our dimension tool activated, let's go ahead and select the center lines for our hole pattern and place this dimension right there. Now we are ready to display or place a hole or thread note, which captures the data from the actual model. We can create custom hole note templates in a dimension style for drilled, tapped, counterbore, and countersunk holes. So to place a hole note, under the Annotate tab, let's click on the hole and thread note. And then let's select our hole. And then as you can see, the hole note is displayed, and then you just have to place it. This hole note is governed or managed by your styles inside of your dimension styles, and you can change the look and also the information that's displayed inside your hole note. So for this instance, let's change the way this hole note looks. So let's right click on it and select edit hole note. As you can see, here's all the information and properties for all the different types of holes. Let's change this to a tap drill hole note and then select OK. By doing so, we'll bring in the properties for the tapped drill and reposition it. We can also customize the text for any dimension or hole note. So let's edit the hole note text. So right click our hole note and select text. This will bring the text editor up, and then we can add additional text to our hole note. So for this instance, let's click at the beginning of the hole note, make sure that we're at the beginning of it, and let's type in or select under our component, let's select the post option. And what we're going to do is that we're going to select under our parameter the hole count. So we're going to add the number of holes into our parameter list, into our hole note. Let's change the precision to 0, and then we will add the parameter. And then to complete it, let's enter the letter X and then a space. So now we have the number of holes displayed in our hole note, and it is using a parameter, which is the number of holes. So if we increase the hole pattern, this will automatically update. So for instance, if we have a hole pattern of 4, this will automatically change to 4 times. Next, let's go ahead and add a datum identifier to the dimension. We're going to edit this 25 diameter dimension, so right click on this, and let's select under the options, single line, dimension line. Let's drag the dot, the horizontal jog right here to match the image shown, and also to give us additional room for our datum identifier. So let's place it roughly right there, and then we're going to access our datum identifier symbol tool. Let's do that. So under the Annotate tab, under the Symbols panel, we have our datum identifier tool. So let's click the down arrow under Symbols, And then inside our symbols, we have our datum identifier. And now let's place. So let's click a area on the outer diameter of the post, and then move the cursor outside the post and click to define our endpoint. And let's bring it over here, right click, and let's enter in B as our identifier. And then click OK. So now there's our datum identifier. We're done, so right click and say done. We are now ready to add our feature control frame to our whole note. So let's go ahead and select our symbols and select feature control frame. Let's place it just below our whole note. As you can see, an arrowhead is attached to it, but we don't need the arrowhead, so we'll just right click and select continue. That will place the feature control frame right there without the leader. Let's select our symbol and let's put in our value. So let's enter in the diameter symbol, 0.05, and let's also put in our maximum material condition. Under the datum, let's put in that value, and let's also put in here, and then we want to put in our symbol for regardless of feature size. And then select OK. Our feature control frame is now created, and you can reposition it by going over the grip point that displays over it. Let's now save our drawing.